the Lord purpose that prevails. See that with it. Many are the plans of man. Many are plans of every human being. Residing in your heart, in your mind, are your plans. And you don't have one plan, you have many plans. Not so. Everyone in this place have so many thousands and millions of plans in your heart. But you look at the shocking story. The Bible says that it is only the Lord's purpose that will prevail. Out of all your millions and thousands of plans, it is only one thing that will stand, and that is the purpose of God. It is only God's purpose for you that will come to pass. Listen this morning. You have many plans. Very good ones, nice ones. But the only one that will see the light of the day is the purpose of God for your life. So we need to find out. You need to discover God's purpose for your life. Because the purpose of your life is not in your life, it's not in your head, it's not in your heart. It is in the mind of God. Are we communicating? Your purpose for life, your purpose in life is not in your hand. You cannot find it. It's only God that will make you to discover it. So it's only in the mind of God. Your purpose is only in the mind of Elohim. And that is why you must go back, you must go to your maker, your creator, in order to discover your purpose in life. He said, many are the plans of man in this life, but it's only the purpose of God for that person, for that man, that will see the light of the day. Are we communicating? Listen this very morning. The greatest tragedy in life is wasted time and potential. The greatest tragedy in life is to be living your life and wasting your time and your potentials. Proverbs 15 verse 22. 15 verse 22. We know that time is a unit of life. Yes, go on, sir. Time is a unit of life.
Proverbs 15 verse 22.
Yes, sir.
Plans fail for lack of counsel.
Plans fail. That's people's, they fail for lack of counsel.
But with many advisors they succeed.
But the many advisors they will succeed. Read it in King James so that we can understand. People can fail, but by many counselors. Meaning that when you discover your purpose, you need to find a counselor that will be able to guide you and train you and mentor you for you not to fail your life, fail yourself. Go on, sir.
Proverbs 15 verse 22.
Yes, sir.
Without counsel, purposes are disappointed. But in the hand of multitude counselors,
But in the hand of multitude counselors,
they are established.
they can be established. Your purpose can be established. So there's a need for mentorship. When you have discovered your purpose, there is a need for serious mentorship. Hallelujah. He said in many mentorship, in hand of counselors, it will stand. It cannot be frustrated. It cannot be thwarted. Meaning that when you have discovered what your purpose of coming to this life, the next thing to do is to look for a counselor, a guidance, somebody that can mentor you in that area. And that's why we come to church every day, in order to be mentored spiritually. Are we communicating? The ways, because one of our purpose in life is to serve God and praise Him. So that's why we gather in church, in order to be mentored on how to serve God perfectly and in good shape. Is God talking to us? We're coming up. We're laying the background. The power of purpose. Read Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. The Bible says there is a time for everything And there is a time for every purpose. Read it. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. He said there is a time. Read from King James.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. To everything there is a season.
To everything in life there is a season.
And a time to every purpose.
And there is a time to every purpose. When you find your purpose, there is a time to fulfill it. See that? We are time limited. We are time conscious. When you find it, the next thing to do is to constrain it, because there is limit. There is shortage of time. We have shortage of time. And let me tell you, like I said before, the greatest tragedy in life is a life that is waste of time and potential. Living a life and you're wasting your time and your potential. Time must make every day count. When as wake up today, make sure that you do something tangible that is connected to your destiny. You don't just waste a time. There's a time for every purpose. When you discover your purpose at the age of 90 years, there is no time to fulfill it. You have no time again. You can be alive, but you have no time to fulfill it. Because death is around the corner. Death is knocking on your door. You can die at any time. But when you find your purpose early in the time of your youth, you have time. You have time to actualize it. That's why he said there is time for every purpose. There is a purpose, there is something you can discover at the age of 50 years. You cannot have time to fulfill it. Are we communicating? Purpose. The last place, then we kick off. The same Ecclesiastes 8 verse 6. 8 verse 6.
Ecclesiastes
8 verse 6.
Because to every purpose there is time and judgment.
To every purpose there is time and judgment. Do you know the judgment? They will ask you. God will ask you. This purpose that I have given unto you, what have you done with it? What have you achieved with it? Your purpose in life, what have you done with it? That is judgment that is attached to your purpose. He said, to every purpose there is time and there is judgment. See that, sir? God bless you. To every purpose there is time and there is judgment. You have to know it. A wasted shortage, a wasted purpose is when you live your life and you are wasted all your potentials and your purpose in life, you cannot discover your purpose. Even them that discover their purpose cannot work on it. That is a useless life. Because a life without purpose is meaningless. You are living, but you are not existing. A life without purpose is a wasted life. You are living, but you are not existing. Nobody is noticing you. Nobody knows whether you are alive or not. You are living, but not existing. We are coming up. Listen to me. You cannot die with your ideas. You cannot die with your dreams. You cannot die with your potentials. You cannot die with your purpose. Life without purpose is only thing that is worse than death. If I'm going to life without purpose is only thing that is worse than death. It's only a madman that have no purpose. If only a man be able for them. If it's for them, up to my where the face or faces are there. Life without purpose is only thing that is worse than death. So it is better that you die than living than being alive without purpose. Let me tell you, it is purpose that will give you life. Purpose that will, it is purpose that will shape your life. It is purpose that will give you relationship. It is purpose that will give you friends. It is purpose that will give you husband. It is purpose that will give you wife. It is purpose. When you find your purpose, you will find your friends. Are we communicating? Or where am I talking? Hello, church. If I'm in Kunaria, if you find your purpose, it is your purpose that will help you to find your wife. It is your purpose that will help you to find your friends. Because not everybody can be in your clique when you discover your purpose. You can have people as your friends, but when you find purpose, you drop them because they will not go where they are not going where you are going. How are we communicating? It is purpose that will give you the kind of life that can give you your lifestyle. It is purpose that will tell you do not be an armed robber. It is purpose that will tell you stop skipping around, stop sleeping with every girl. It is purpose that will make you not to be misbehaving. Purpose. Are we communicating? It is purpose. When you find the purpose, it is the purpose that you find that will tell you that you don't need to be mingling around with everybody. That your scarcity is valuable. That your scarcity is adding to your value. You cannot appear everywhere. You don't go every occasion. It is purpose. When you find purpose, you stop attending every wedding. You stop attending every marriages. You stop attending every birthday parties. Purpose. You became scarce. You know why you become scarce? In order to fulfill the purpose. Because it is one thing to find the purpose, it's another thing to fulfill it. Are we communicating? A life without purpose is worse than death. It's worse than death. Let me tell you. The purpose is why. The meaning of purpose is why. Write it down. Write it. Why? Write it in capital letter. Why? Write it in capital letter. W-H-Y. Write it. Why is the greatest question in life. The greatest question in life is why. Why? 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 W-H-Y. All of us here, we know how we enter this church. Let me see. If you enter to come to church this morning, you know. Let me show you. Hello, church. If I'm in Kunaria, if you enter aeroplane, you know how it came. But the reason, another part of it is, not all of us here this morning know the reason why they came. Not everybody here know why they came to church. Some came because their father came. Some came because they are lesbians at home, just to Some came to fulfill all righteousness. The greatest question in life is why. Why is the purpose? Why is the good meaning of purpose? Purpose is why. Why? Why am I living? Why did I come to this life? Why am I a member of this church? Why is this guy my pastor? Why am I here? Why am I in this life? Why? It is why that give what a meaning. Write it down, write it. It is why that give what a meaning. W-H-A-T. Write it in capital letters. W-H-A-T. It is why that give what a meaning. If you find why, what will come? Church is quiet. Listen. If you have discovered why you came to this life, why you are a member of this church, there are churches everywhere, there are churches in your street that will pass before entering here. Why are you a member of this church? We give you what am I supposed to do to bring impact in this church? What am I supposed to do to make impact in my life? Why am I a member of my family? Why did this man my father? Why is this one my mother? Why did I marry this girl? Why did I marry this boy? It is why that gives what a meaning. If you discover why, what is very simple to do. Why am I alive? Why am I still alive after everything that I passed through? Why am I still alive? Why am I here? Why am I here? Why am I in this life? Why am I in this life? Find it out. Why am I in this life? Why am I living? Why did I enter this time? Why did I enter this space? Why? When you find the why, what will become easy. But this season, we are seeing people that are doing what without why. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We are seeing a lot of people that are into what, and they are not finding why, and they become frustrated at the end, because it is why that will give what a meaning. Find the why. You know, in mathematics, they will say find why and x, not so. But that's not what we're talking about. You have to find the why. Find why. Then what will be simple. Why do I need to marry? You have to answer this question before you get into marriage. Why is it important that I'm married? Why must I marry? Why will I marry? It is purpose. My school will tell that if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you don't know the purpose of your phone, you can abuse your phone. If you don't know the purpose of this chair that you may use to sit down, you will abuse the seat. Everything in life has purpose. If you don't know the purpose of marriage, you will abuse the marriage. So before you enter into marriage, answer the question: why must I marry? Why? Am I married because others are getting married? Am I married because, find it out. My mates are getting married. Am I married because of the pressure that is mounted upon me to get married and leave my house and leave the house? Why must I marry? Why must I buy a car? It is the why that brings the works. That's the purpose. Why must I marry? Why is purpose? Without why, what is meaningless? What is nothing? Without why, what is meaningless? What is nothing? Why must I give birth to children? Why must I give birth to 5 children or to 2 children? Why? If you don't know the why, what is meaningless? What is meaningless? God can't do anything without a purpose. There's nothing that God will do without a purpose. Oh yes. He cannot do anything without a purpose. This song that is coming up now, there's a purpose for this song time. For this song that's coming up. There's a purpose that rain will fall. God cannot do anything without a purpose. There are purposes to everything that God is doing on life. Everything that God is doing has a purpose. Why? Family come now, what? Why? Purpose is the original intent. Write it down. Write it. Purpose is the original intent for the creation of a thing. For the creation of a thing. Purpose is the original intent for the creation of a thing that is in the mind of the creator. Let me say it again. Purpose is the original intent for the creation of a thing that is in the mind of the creator. The original intent for the creation of a thing that is in the mind of the creator. That is purpose. That is purpose. The man that manufactured this microphone had a purpose. And the law, one of the purpose is to amplify voices, not so. To amplify voices. And there is a way that the principles are actually coming to principles. There's a principles on how to use this microphone. If I didn't know the purpose of this microphone, I would abuse it. I can carry it now and throw it on the ground. Or carry it and find somebody. That's not the purpose. If I use it and people not to listen, I will spoil it because it is not one of the principles. Additional principle can help you, can help us to achieve purpose. Purpose is the original intent. What the manufacturer have in mind before producing something, that is purpose. What you have in your mind, the manufacturer, what you have in the mind before producing this hanky, what is in the mind of the producer? It is purpose. That is purpose. What you have in your mind before you go and plant cassava, that is purpose. What you have in your mind, that is purpose. What you have in your mind before saying yes to this boy or to this girl, what you have in your mind, that is purpose. The original intent for the creation of a thing that is in the mind of the creator, that is purpose. Let me show you principles of purpose. Number one, God is a God of purpose. There's nothing that God is doing that God can, that there's no purpose. That there is God is a God of purpose. That are purposes for everything in life that God is doing. Number two, nothing in life is without a purpose. The air you breathe, the grasses, everything that we saw, nothing in life is without a purpose. Nothing. That is why there is no child that is born by mistake. Every child came for a purpose. I will keep saying it. Every child on earth came for a purpose. Every child on earth. No child is born by mistake. No child is a bastard. All of them came for a purpose. There's a great woman about the US. He's a rapist. He's a product of rape. A pastor in America. He's a product of rape. They rape him. They rape the mother and they give it to him. He's a product of rape. And he's one of the leading pastors in America till today. Purpose. Are we communicating? Are we communicating? He discovered his purpose. He knows his story, but he refused to be silenced by his stories. He refused to be to live by his story. I may be a product of rape, but that will not determine my life. That's not my purpose on earth. That's not my purpose. Nothing in life is not a purpose. Look at the trouble. Number 3. Not every purpose is known. Not every purpose is known. There are some purposes that are hidden. You don't know it. Not every purpose is known. This is where the trouble lies. Not every purpose is known. So when you don't know the purpose for this thing, you will abuse it. Abuse is a combination of 2 words. Abnormal use. That is abuse. Abnormal use. If you don't know the purpose of cocaine, you will abuse it. That's why government will arrest you for drug abuse, because you don't know the purpose of cocaine. But every day when you take your drug, you are taking cocaine. Am I communicating? When you eat your food, you are taking alcohol, because alcohol is in most of the food that we are eating. But because why it not affecting our life is because that it is the original way to use it. So if you don't know the purpose for it, you will abuse it, and you get drunk, and it will spoil your system because you make abnormal use of it. How are we communicating? That's why if you don't know the purpose of marriage, you go there and come out. Because many people don't understand the purpose for marriage. I'm not saying marriage, but one day God will help us. Because marriage is not what we think. When you read the book of Malachi chapter 2, you find that God is seeking for God. One of the purposes of every marriage is godly seed. God is looking for godly seed, not just seed, but godly seed. So God is interested in that marriage. God is 100% wasted in the marriage because God is trying to use marriage to explain so many things to us. So it's more spiritual than we see. Are we communicating? It's a ministry. It's an institution. So you have to find out what is the purpose for marriage before you enter, and what is my own purpose for marrying this guy, for marrying this person. Purpose. Not every purpose is known. And that is the problem. Because if you don't know the purpose of it, you will abuse it. It's God helping us. Family by number 2, number 4. When purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. If you don't know the purpose of coming to this life, you will abuse your life. If you don't know the purpose of coming to this life, I say it again, you will abuse your life. You will follow others that know their purpose to be going where they are going. If you don't know where you are going in life, you will join others to know where they are going. And when you wake up, you say, Kai, this is not where they go. You come back and start again. Before you realize it, time has passed. Because one of the tragedy in life is wasted time. It's one of the tragedy in life. Wasted time. Wasted time. So while we are still young, while we are still young, while we are still alive, find purpose, run with it. Know why you came to this life. You didn't come to this life because others are coming to this life. You came for the purpose. And when you don't find the purpose, you will abuse your life. That's why you see many young boys, they will enter into kidnapping. They don't know the purpose why they came to this life. Kidnapping is not their purpose, but they are abusing their life in kidnapping because they thought it's their purpose. That's not the purpose they came to this life. But they didn't know their purpose and they start abusing their life. They are making use of they are making use of their life in an abnormal way. That is not your life. That's not the purpose. The purpose is not that. It's not kidnapping, not prostitution, not robbing. Am I communicating? That's not your purpose. You have a better purpose. Then because most of them don't know their purpose, they begin to live a second-class life. Next one that will teach us about how to face the future with aggressive confidence. I'm talking about how to face the future with aggressive confidence. Purpose. Many thought they find that their purpose. They thought they have found their purpose in life, and they are misbehaving. They are misbehaving up and down. Living somebody's life. Let me tell you, the greatest strategy in life is to be living people's life and not your life. Am I communicating? Find yourself, find your purpose, live your life. It is your purpose that will give you principle and give you life. You don't live people's life. Because you saw Samuel wearing eyeglasses, you got by the book. That is not your life. Are we communicating? Are we communicating?
Yes, sir.
That's not your life. Find yourself. Find your life. Find it. You know, from our side, most of our young girls are doing lost, doing tello, doing saloon or whatever, because they saw others doing it. When I was watching one years ago, 3 years ago. I said, you are a nurse. He said, yes. I said, okay, what's your plan now? When you, after that time, she's learning. I said, after learning now, what is next to do? He said, nothing, I got married. I said, what's the problem? What? No ambition, no purpose. So they are learning this thing to marry. You just came out of the parents' house to live here, to live in this place, and let us just to get married. You know, because my sister was asking the girl. He said, that's it there. He was asking her and said, now that you're looking for somebody, so are you planning to open your own shop? He said, open one shop. Open one business. Now marriage is not the look for. That's it there. The the same year. He said, I'm married, man, they look for. He said, hey, if you open shop now, men will not be talking to you again. I feel like beating that girl that day. Am I communicating? I feel like beating her. But you know, I don't beat people. I don't